Hello everyone, welcome back to Fableheim and Age of Wonders 4. The Lord of the Sacred Land, Anubis, the best boy of the old world, has just sealed the way that his traitorous brother Wepwawet has opened. And so now, naturally, there's much work to be done repairing the damage that he has done. And, of course, securing Lycopolis from the many things that he failed to control. Also, there are so many Krakens over here. Alright. We're also on sharing a border, almost, with the Elector Countess. So while we're doing this, shall we take a look at our friends? There was some division on whether or not Blint, the Underpope, should be slain. Now, Anubis, as the pure good best boy, would never betray one of his steadfast allies. But is it really betrayal if Blint has chosen to side with the Umbral demons that we are attempting to clear out? I don't think so. So our alliance may be short-lived. We are the only person in any form of alliance with him, so he may be unwilling. But by the way, his Moquisition as Earthkin, Linked Minds, Anointed People, and Umbral Flesh. I'm not sure if anyone else has been experiencing this, but the AI just does not use major transformations in my games anymore. I don't know what happens. They just don't. Like, the only ones that really have are the undead ones for Whiteborn. And even then, I don't think Ner'zhul has. Now, the Elector Countess is probably our most steadfast ally. She, too, is a pure good character, which is somewhat indicative of who she is. She has Steel Skin and Linked Minds. Not too shabby, although it does kind of ruin her complexion. That's alright. We have Mordred, the Fey-touched King of Avalon. That is appropriate. I suppose it's funny. Remember, he is based off the Righteous King Old Faith, which would side with the Fey if they stopped being such absolute dicks. Murazond, leading the Infinite Dragonflight, only has magical wards, but he himself has taken the Astral Transcension. Ascension? Transformation. There we go. So he does look appropriate. Fantastic. Terran Gorfine, sorry I called you Ner'zhul, is dead. It'd be great if that led to his defeat, but I don't think it will. He has Reveler's Heart and the Vessels of Chaos. Remember when I said about Whiteborn? Perhaps not. He's really in the Chaos tree. And Rykar, the Unbreakable, has no transformations at all. None. Also the only person who is not maxed out on whatever their alignment is, I think. Oh, Murazon's only partially evil. So that's all of the remaining opponents. I don't expect to get into any brouhahas today. We are just going to be clearing out the many bad stuffs in our domain. Remember, on high world threats, we are possibly, potentially, going to be having to do this a bit manually. It's fine, though. This is what I signed up for. This is why I also typically don't do this anymore. That's okay. The Spring Fairy is our experimental True Strike friends. And it was pointed out to me, thank you very much, that True Strike only lasts one turn, so you kind of have to get it in quick if you plan to get in it at all. There's a timer before the lady loses interest. I mean, jokes. Mere jests, I assure you. I don't know if I should have ripped the heel then, but it's whatever. Now, we are slowly, but surely, increasing the relative quality of our army. We have access to the Shrine of Smiting. We have quite a few Pyre Templars out and about. And hopefully... So here's the question. We'll try this. I don't think it's going to work well. But so we press this button. Kaboom. Hurrah. We enter defense mode. Then I will spur him to swing. Wow. Multiple times. And he is not in defense mode. Okay. So that's why it's kind of weird to use spurring with them, but that's alright. Also, the best spurring target is the Dark Knight, who's about to be burnt by the flames of holy fire. Which, of course, brings us to the next discussion that we can begin, I suppose. Our tomes. Now, we've reached a point in the campaign where we have achieved our Tier 5 tome, the Apex Tome, Tome of the Eternal Lord. We are big happy about this. I think. So I think we're happy about this. Oh, I could just sleep somebody. Interesting. But I also should have done this a while ago. So now that we're at this point in the campaign, we are at the juncture of just pick up stuff that helps us out. This is when I remove most of the restrictions that I place upon myself if we feel like it. I also should have summoned with you for sure, but that's okay. But, you know, should have done that a while ago. I think we're chilling. Also should have done this first. Man, the rust, it's showing. Sorry. So I think what we're going to do, I did receive a great suggestion, which was to... totally screw up the order of things. That was the suggestion. A great suggestion, which was essentially... Can I shoot that thing? Perfect. To go Tome of... Is it the first Frozen Tome? To basically get something that can override the gloom. Because even though, you know, putting down ice was not at all pictured in the realm of Duat, it's still better than having a whole bunch of foul, gloomy corruption everywhere. And I agree with that suggestion. So I'll be going for that, but before we do that, we really have to increase our number of faithful units. And the best way we're going to do that is with the Tier 3 tome that we skipped over. That I totally remember the name of. Celestial Slayer, interesting. So that's going to be a very high priority for us. Do we want another Bone Dragon? Sure. We'll take one more Bone Dragon. I don't want to use too many Bone Dragons, but we'll take a few. The Bone Dragon can't move, so we'll just leave it to its own devices for now. Get into the water. And have some fun there. Hopefully, by some fun, I mean we just crush this and nothing dies. I mean, we crushed it, but something did die. Why are you out of movement? There's probably elementals that are hiding here. I think this is doable without Anubis. Possibly. Could be a really bad idea. No, that's fine. Cool. We have the Noble Aegis, which also reminds me, today is going to be doing a lot of production. The Bronze Age was what it was because the main civilizations were using bronze, shocker, to basically manufacture the best weapons, the best armor, the best whatever they did. It's kind of jank, isn't it? I have no ranged assets to apply weaken. What do we do then? We need more weapons. You could also use necromancers, I suppose. That's why we are constructing the item forge, to get that well underway. More chaplains and pursuers. Did you ever build the... This guy's supposed to have a smithing guild. Yeah. Okay. That'll do. That'll do. I guess we'll just wait on how this is all going to pan itself out in a moment. Keep healing in our domain. Keep chilling. Sinopolis can make the Temple of the Exalted, which of course requires the most insane amount of production I've ever seen. And we're going to grab Flame Blessed Champions. This affects our Shock, Polearm, Shield, and Fighter units. Okay, so only melee, but no skirmishers. They have a 6% chance of inflicting burning, and if the target has 5 stacks of burning, it creates Cleansing Flame on the targeted hex. Effects are increased for the non-repeating attacks, like our charge boys. Maybe that would affect the explosion of the Pyre Templar? I'm not sure. Ascended Warriors is ready to go. Oh, right, and we're doing a... I believe this is the only one that needs this. Mordred has returned to Camelot's. We wanted to make a Doom stack and then ascended it. Ascended it. So you're not needed. This only affects non-heroes. So we'll do this. I'm pretty sure, right? That's how they... It's one of the ways they nerfed it? Yeah. I say one of the ways because they also made it, Hey, Mordred, how you doing? More expensive to cast. Not too bad. He has a starting weapon still, which is kind of weird, but whatever. Emmanuel von Leibitz has crossed me. You know what, Blinty boy? I think, we're gonna have to... We're gonna have to stop our friendship here. Friendship between Mordred and Emmanuel von Leibitz. I am pleased to see that we share a friend in the Electric Countess. I agree. So I'm not going to take any drastic steps. It would be really bad for us at Blint. I don't know about this Blint. You look utterly ridiculous. I think we're going to have to put an end to this. But it's not great for us to do that right now. We have 2... Yeah, the third one will complete Voiding. Which is more for like Eldritch Pact stuff, but even we can benefit from it with our 4 vassals. We can also do some gamey stuff where we make a city and then release it for our Keeper of Knowledge trait, but we'll think about it. I have a feeling that our friendship with Blint is on a short end. Ba-dum-bum. Short just like him. The AIA seems to really be struggling with the Umbral invasion. Like, Terrans died like 3 times to this. Ever since he had to move New Shadow Moon because we took it over. I'm glad this fight is ongoing. Can I call you into anything else? No. She's at war with everyone else that we're at war with. And she's in an alliance with Mordred, like we are. So I think... Yeah, I think Blint's gonna have to go. I don't think we are... in a long-term friendship or anything. I'll go grab this, I suppose. But, oh. As your troop moves to attack Bronwyn the Tyrant and her collection of umbral demons, put them down. Foul creatures of the realm, darkening the sun. Which is another interesting point that I really liked. I asked in one of the previous episodes if we should not use guns. The Mage Lock rifles were buffed, but reworked most accurately. And I really enjoy them. So I asked, should we use one? Because, it wouldn't really make sense to use one. Even flintlocks weren't a thing back then. But the answer was pretty much yes. If you want to, go ahead. Which I appreciate everyone letting me do what I want. Spoiler alert, I was going to do it anyway. But I appreciate everyone being on board. Oh, he can't make it. It's unfortunate. So the really fun idea I got was that... Oh, wait, you have no hit points. Go back and heal. Stitch yourself back together. Ra takes on many forms. I talked about that in the video that we found him in. And so the idea was, well, couldn't Ra technically take the form of a weapon? And the answer is I don't know, but probably. And, well, Ra's about to be a gun. Approaching the Fey Fissure, you can sense a dwindling presence of Fey magic. There is no doubt that the Fey Fissure leads to the Fey realm Duatha and to the remaining Mistwalkers. You must weigh your options. The Mistwalkers may still be numerous. This will be hard to surprise in their own erratic domain. You cannot shake off the feeling that following them without a sufficiently large host would be suicide. Will you send your army into the Fey Fissure to pursue the Mistwalkers? So previously we just sealed this, got the mana, and moved on. We did that because nobody got time. But I'm under less pressure right now, so we can indeed go face the Scourge. Why are there two Scourges? See what the AI does? Not shabby. Not shabby. I think we can do better. There's only supposed to be one Scourge, though. I'm sorry, how does this stack? Oh. They gain 10 morale at the end of the turn. I see. Huh. So in the Shekzir playthrough, I have, of course, it's the Thunderhawk. I was not allowed to pick up the Scourge because Manted Supremacy and all that. But in this playthrough, there is actually a lore justification oof that we can use. That might be a dead Direcaster, actually. The Direcaster ate the Insanity. Hilarious. And I think that's what we're going to do. So we can go here and tail swipe, and then what? We can go here, breathe. Man, this little weird terrain thing is really screwing with me. This only affects non-mythical units, right? Non-hero. I can Sleep of Oblivion, the Scourge? Huh. Okay. Sure. Why not? Death. It is the inescapable end. Should have done this first. The cancel the defense mode, but that's alright. I didn't realize that was a terrain piece I could sit on. Or is it that only because I broke it? I'm not sure. You tell me. Good healing. Why are you healing? Call the weak, of course. Naturally. We'll go into defense mode and set the ground on fire for the memes. Sure. This'll do. I hope you aren't dead, Mr. Direcaster, but if you are, you know, it's kind of appropriate. Kaboom! Ooh. Domination. If only I had something to do about that. Wow. Crazy. The fact that I can just goodbye, slam jam, space jam, goodbye. Those characters is really funny. Slap. Polearm stuff. It kind of makes me wonder if I should get one of those sorcerers. That's not a kill. Because didn't we have an option to get one that would refresh our... allow us to get another overchannel, basically? Well, Save Oblivion's OP. I mean, we knew that, but it's even more OP. Fun little tidbit, if you have corpse eating, so if we had a Bone Daddy or if we were ritual cannibals, you can actually eat the dead being and it just won't come back at all. Good fun. I think I'm going to dismiss this because we're already at... we're down to 74 Imperium. You have driven the remaining Mistwalkers deeper into the Fey realm. While the troops watch out for any ill Fey trickery, Hex Nemesis's attention is drawn to the tree shrine placed at the center of the settlement. At its heart rests an otherworldly relic, echoing the whispers of a distant entity. As Hex Nemesis comes close enough to touch it, the relic emanates great power, but also menace. Screams of your troop alert Hex Nemesis of the soon collapsing Fey fissure. Whatever she intends to do with the Fey relic, it must be done swiftly. So this is the next stage of the event, and you can permanently end the event here right now if you would like. So we can disenchant the relic into Binding Essence, and that is an unholy amount of Binding Essence. Wow. That's like what? 7 or 8 tier 4 items? Goodness gracious. We can break the relic to instantly end the crisis, and it will transform our closest hero, which in this point is Hex Nemesis, into the Scourge of Summer. Hex Nemesis is one of our higher level characters, so I'd really rather not do this. Or we can take the relic. We steal the mouth of Ventrove. Ventrove. Anubis gains 15% gold per turn. Wow. I've had this roll researched and it was really strong. We unlock the Summerburst Evocation Siege project, and the Toll of Seasons will enter into its next stage. I mentioned there is actually a good lore reason for taking the relic and being able to control the Scourge of Summer, and that is that the gods of the underworld, which Anubis was technically a part of, even though, you know, he was kind of like the guardian in between individual, the gods of the underworld would assign roles to the dead that had passed their trials. And sometimes there were like actual demons in Duat, but those were just people who had been assigned a role to test the incoming souls. And if they passed the test, of course, then, you know, that person joins them in Duat to perhaps take on another role. So essentially we can go, hey, your role is to be this Scourge of Summer, and get to it. So that's the plan. That's the explanation. The lore reason that I just made up. And, meh. It's always fun stacking them. The best one to stack, in my opinion, is the Spring, I think. Pretty sure it's Spring. We are definitely going to get the tower. I'm not even at Apex yet, man. Turn 74. Not at Apex. I think we are going to just go all in on the tower. And now that we have the item forge, it's time to break some stuff. One day we'll have a mass selection, but I don't know when that day will be. If any developers are listening, that is my next desire. Pretty much just gonna break most things, I think. Look at that. We're not even at, we're like at half of the amount of things I could have gotten just by breaking the relic. So one of the main reasons we needed the item forge is because we are not part of the Umbral Abyss. We are in fact here to destroy it and to demolish it and cleanse our realm, of course. So we are going to take the Ankh of Life and give it immunity to malady. So now all armies that are led by someone with this item will not suffer umbral malady while in the Umbral Abyss. We can also do some other stuff like maybe armor recoup. This should allow you to heal in the Abyss, right? Because we're immune to it. The Ankh of Umbral Purity. Would that even make sense? Probably not. The Ankh of Umbral's Bane. That'll do. So now that we have forged this, we can just go straight to the blueprint and we can just click this button and it'll make it again. We'll give this to all of our leaders, and they will be leading the charge into the Abyss. You are going up here as well. The Desert Necropolis can expand. Everything here is still on fire, but it can expand. Those will build that and keep continuing to be on fire. You don't have a guild yet. Was this going to be our mana guild that we were going to transmute? Or is that the one... Is that Lycopolis? I mean, you're still building a thing, so I don't need to queue anything up. Is this going to be the mana one? It's really making 164 mana. Seems like a lot. This is another Scholars Guild. Oh! Huh. Okay. I'm cool with that. I'll never say no to a Scholars Guild. And this guy's going to be a Seafarers Guild when the time comes. And what do you want? I don't even know. No, this is great. Let's go Dark Rituals. We have Eternal One from our Tier 5 Tome. Not too relevant, I don't think. For Dominia. Could be good for some of our frontliners. Champion of the Faithful. Will one day be really good. But not right now. We've collected this character's remains, of course. So we can start selling a bunch of these characters as well. To get their items and break them down. But, I'm about to have a crypt. Yeah, we're about to get the Eternal Bedchambers. That'll be fun. Problems of being pillaged. And by about to get to, I mean, we'll get there. In time. So I might just pop this on one of the settlements at random. Just be like, you don't need your mana, right? Wow, Lycopolis is making a lot of mana. Lycopolis is making the most mana. Maybe I shouldn't do this there, then. Gold production and food. Did we go here? Because this place needs pretty desperately. This is our second best mana place, and it needs to grow. Grow to produce. To do all of the things pretty desperately. And the turns are starting to slow down. I did do something before recording, which is always dangerous. I increased the access to virtual RAM that the game has, theoretically. I've noticed a little bit of a difference. But it doesn't change this long-ass end turn timer. I'm proud of you. I mean, it's tier 1, but hey. A manual with a gun is very appropriate. Too bad she's dying in the Emerald Abyss. And this probably is not something she'll win. Especially if he starts taking, or continues to take chip damage. Oh, hey, you have one person that's an umbral demon. I guess this is the hour, huh? The time. Yeah, it's this thing. The Weaver's over channel. Wonder if that's something we should do. It might be time to start cutting out the in-turn times. Always a joy when I get to do that, isn't it? We don't get to transform anyone for quite some time. The Mistwalkers are back in 8 turns. 8 turns. Okay, we're going to pull out you. Bring in one of these healers and go Slam Jam and Space Jam. It is said only fools would disturb the eternal bedchambers of Queen Severe the Shaman. This, however, does not stop Hex Nemesis. In the center of the tomb, Hex found a large altar with several preserved corpses draped around a decorated queen, looking like sleeping lovers even after centuries of being buried. Suddenly, the decorated corpse stirs and opens her eyes, her undead lovers following suit. Raspy voices echo through the tomb as they arise and beckon Hex. "Welcome, intruders," Severe the Shaman grins. "Have you come to reignite the flames of our passion with your essence? Use the knowledge of the undead to weaken the queen and her companions before attacking." Of course we're going to succeed this. We are Anubis. The undead are ours to command. That is a Reaper. We'll auto this and see what happens, but there's a trick. Okay. There is a trick to doing this. A fun, good time trick that it seems we must invoke. That trick, of course, is just killing them. Forehead. And by just killing them, I mean just killing the Lich Lady. Because for this event, this is always the same. The undead will continuously respawn until you have slain the one character. And when she dies, everyone else dies. It's this. Wait, does this work? Hold on. Oh, non-hero. Right. And so she has a spirit weakness. I suspect she's not long for this world. Because all we do is we get the unicorn and we get our hero to teleport. Oh, great. Well, that's what we should have been able to do. Bitch. Okay. Might be able to do something here? Perfect. Come on. Oh, she's steadfast. What a bitch. Alright, fine. So be it. Will that break that? No. Yes. Let's break some more. Alright. This should be a dead Lich Queen thing. Possibly. Good. Annoying. I think this is fine. 15. Love to see it. Alright, dragon. Eater. How rude of her to spawn something and not actually come at me. Hex Nemesis has defeated the undead queen and her lovers. The queen rises once more and claps her hands, impressed. Her raspy voice once again echoes the eternal bedchambers. You have impressed me, heroine. Not many are able to do so. You have ignited passions within me I had long forgotten. For that, I wish to thank you. The Lich Queen bows. I am yours, Hex Nemesis, as is my wealth. I no longer have need of it. I wish this was, like, any meaningful knowledge, but rest now and forever. Very rare I picked that option. So we can annex this to Cynopolis in time once, you know, gotten everything back on track. I know a difficult demand, but demand nevertheless. Okay. How is this faring? Barely. We'll have this guy build the Shrine of Smiting, and we'll get a Pyro Shrine down. Honestly, wherever. I don't think I can benefit much from its placement. Hopefully we can build the Pyro Shrine before we build the Shrine of Smiting. It's actually probably one of the better combos, because the Shrine of Smiting itself... Is it faithful? No, the Shrine of Smiting itself is not faithful. Pretty sure. Now that I've said that, I doubt myself. It's a mechanical celestial. Interesting. So yeah, the Pyro Shrine will make it faithful. So it will count itself? Who is this? Oh. I don't really care about clearing out your domain, bud. That's your job, not mine. Let's get back in our territory. Except for you, apparently. Okay. You are waiting, right? Yeah, we're out of movement. We have to clear all this out before we can repair our ruins, so that's kind of priority numero uno. I don't have a teleporter in my own domain. That's unfortunate. Oh yeah, I need this as well. Doesn't really matter where this goes, I don't think. The teleporter, however, I do want kind of close to my domain. Okay. You get over here. True death magic is in. Someone asked if I could use another of the tome. I don't remember what it's called. It's Defile, basically. If anyone's familiar with Defile. Oh, here we go. Pure Flame Staves. Sounds good. I always need to keep building... What did I make you? You're a Scholar's Guild. Of course. Don't really have any good options for you. Maybe we can kind of skirt around this and go this way. Probably not. But we'll see what we can do. Going up to tier whatever. Laziada is level 8. Ooh, we want both of these. Both assassinate. We don't have an assassinate yet. I don't get to make the death quote very often. Alright, this is going over here. Kaboom. Just lost a bit of mana, but we are juiced elsewhere. Terran has returned to New Shadow Moon, and we have a trade proposal. Absolutely. I thought I already had that with you. Perfect. We have a bounty to take out a Druid. Don't care. We have a war party. An evil presence. Evil presence lingers in these lands. It's coming from here. Blinn has a sanctuary outpost, but... Oh! Very interesting. Are you two still at war? You are. You're up here, right? Does that mean that there's an access point to your domain? Kind of. Atlantis. Clever. Clever. I mean, that's not far. We could go snipe Murazond using the Abyss. Relatively easily, I think. Is that something we're into? I read this as Tentacle. Oh no. Anubis is a good boy. I never said I was a good boy. I hope no one got those things conflated. This wouldn't be a bad one to absorb if it wasn't getting absolutely fucked. A wounded scout arrives at your court, her armor torn and battered. The butcher. Yeah, she stammers. I don't know why, but this event happens to me all of the time. Multiple times every playthrough. But we're going to summon our shades to distract the butcher. Because first of all, it's a 100% chance to succeed. Second of all, ain't nobody got time to deal with this butcher. We have bigger fish to fry. Flint, you're walking into my domain with a foul cretin. You should know the price. Okay, it looks like even though I'm immune, I'm not healing at all. This will be interesting. And you are not immune. Am I immune if I'm standing on the thing? I am not. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, let's get cracking. I don't know why that was the fastest way to do this, but okay. This is going to be a lot to take on. Don't know how to feel about this. Okay, so I can stand outside the domain. You cannot. Alright. We'll get your immunity soon, don't worry. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be attacked by something. One of these things. Do I use you guys to reinforce here? Possibly. Your Flame Staves is in. It is not this, but this isn't a bad one. Withering Mists. Start shuffling. Let's keep shuffling. Temple of the Pyre is an interesting one because typically I don't think this is very good. But if you're being sieged a lot, like we were earlier, this can help you completely ignore the penalties of it. Where is the one that I'm thinking of? This is expensive. There it is, the Devouring Void. So I was asked to use this because it's pretty spicy. Units passing through or ending their turn on this hex will sustain 20 physical damage on a 1 hex radius, but each turn the radius increases by 1 hex, lasts for 2 turns. So this is very similar to the Defile mechanic from the Lich King fight in the World of Warcraft, if you are familiar. At least it sounds like it. Hopefully that is true. I can't believe this is still 7 turns. Currently, we are overcoming all of our big badness with the event, so I guess the Butcher was good for something. Let's get True Death Magic in. This will affect our support units and battle mages, giving them Curse of the Reaper. And the idea behind this, of course, is that these are our priests, and they act in our stead and can, you know, curse people to death. Trade proposal. You want a province claiming patch and you're willing to pay me for it? Sure. War party from Druin. Vi Halone war party. Province is siege. Domain is invaded. Infestation is sending invading forces. Invasion, 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 invasion. Evil! Hey, look at that. They did come at me. Also, I remembered that I'm actually editing out the end turns now. I lost a skeleton. Do I care? No. Huh. There's no skeletons to revive. I was going to say I don't care because I can just, you know, revive the skeleton, but guess not. I made room for this chaplain. It was all according to Kikaku, and now we're going to cast the Pure Flame Staves. This is for the support and battle mages once again. Maybe sensing a trend here. You have a chance to condemn our opponents, which isn't great. We don't really have a lot of manipulation for this. But it creates Cleansing Flames on the target hex for 3 turns, which should be pretty spicy. Especially as we continue to build our faithful access, if you will. Alright. Which one of you assholes is doing this? You. Okay, so the ankh... Oh, we don't have the ankh equipped. Duh. But I am worried the ankh isn't going to work. That would be very unfortunate. This might be autoable, actually. See how the game's feeling. It is autoable. You'll love to see it. Ooh, the Punisher Halberd. The Helm of the Warrior. Perfect, everyone in. So the Punisher Halberd is really interesting. It's probably one of my favorite weapons. So I'm going to give it to you. And the reason is because, first of all, I just love halberds. But second of all, it gives +2 retaliations. So with Sentinel and more retaliations, we kind of just win. Helm of the Warrior is also one of the best melee helmets in the game. Do we need one? No. We do not. And by in the game, I'm like 97% certain that's a modded item. Oh, I have a quest down here. Do I care? Not really. I mildly care. I think we just go back to spamming Desecration. And by Desecration, I totally mean good guy Desecration. Whatever that actually means. We're not desecrating it. We're purifying it. To be in touch with Duat. There we go. Okay. So what's the alarming thing here? The Tyrant? And that's really it. We can kind of lean onto this section. What? Oh, yeah, you have a stick of polymorph. That's interesting. We can kind of lean in this direction to try and pull them apart, which is always a good idea. See what we can do here. Someone left a really funny suggestion for the Curse of the Reaper, which is to use the Mystic Summoners, because the Mystic Summoners can summon. Their tier 3 unit is a summoner that summons, I think it's tier 1 elementals or something. And you can roll fire, the baby fire elementals, that are mages that can then use the Curse of the Reaper. And the summoners themselves can use Curse of the Reaper. I don't think they can mind control the dragon. Pretty sure that's not something they can do. The Umbral Tyrant missed. Alright. Let's see what we're working with here. I wouldn't mind cleansing. Do want to curse. Cursing wouldn't hurt, although they're very well spread out. But I do feel like I need to kill this stuff. And there's no better way to do it than cursing it. Although that is now a very isolated Bone Dragon. In fact, that's probably a dead Bone Dragon. If I had to be honest. Might have got a little carried away here. Hopefully he's not dead. Okay. That's interesting. Perfect. Then we will spur, and you can breathe some garbage. Nah, just kill this. Just beat the brakes off it, you know? And I guess the hero is gonna go fight the Umbral Tyrants? Probably. That makes the most sense to me. We can try and reap this. Death! It is the inescapable end. YOLO? Maybe I should get Final Ultimatum if we're going to do that. Maybe I should actually try and take one. But it's so against the theme of the playthrough that I feel like I can't. Even if it was possible to steal one, which theoretically it should be. Theoretically. Curse you. And then we kill. And then we kill. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, you can float. Forgot about that. It's a floating ghost. Forgot about that. Alright. Not a bad turn, although I think this dragon's dead. But besides that, not a bad turn. You have enchained it again. Kaboom. Kaboom. Yeah, dead dragon. Got a little too far away from me. I got a little too excited. Oh, you have a Curse of the Reaper too. Are you part of my culture? Probably not. Alrighty. Well. The badness aside. Death was resistant. 50-50. Good, Anakin. Good. Unfortunately, I don't have another spur. We could go here and breathe, like so. Babe, have you not learned your lesson about isolating your dragons? No, of course I haven't. Lesson is there even to learn? It's always a good indicator. There's no lesson to learn, therefore I need not learn anything. Duh. Swing. I'm gonna go annoy this with the decaying zombie. Wait, are you technically a non-hero? Hold on. Lol. Alright, well. This is very appropriate for Anubis. Unworthy. Destroyed. Demolished. I wish I could actually get these. It's so difficult. I didn't really want to breathe here. Even though my culture is resilient against... Oh, interesting. I suffer from umbral malady flowing through that. My culture is resilient to blight damage because of the Whiteborn, but still, I didn't really... I did not particularly want to breathe on my own unit, you know? That's a dead thing, too. Yikes. I have an excuse, okay? I'm not feeling particularly great today. I woke up... You know that saying, woke up on the wrong side of the bed? I always thought that that meant, like... in just... You woke up for no particular reason in a poor mood. Well, I've discovered today it has another meaning. And I just, like, my right shoulder is, like, locked. And I can't raise it above my head, and it hurts half the time. So I apologize. That's my excuse. It is up to you to determine if that is a worthy excuse. If you're over the age of 30, you may agree with me. If you're under the age of 30, you might not. Probably should have Baneful Curse that first. Probably. Oh, you're diseased. I can't heal you. You are too. Everyone's diseased. Well then. Roll the 50-50. Nailed it. Let's just explode. Sure. Exploding is fun. Umbral demons don't like fire. I love fire. We're playing with fire. Because on that note, another tome I'm interested in is the Tome of Pyromancy. Because I mentioned in the previous playthrough that I would use it here. Or that I would use it in the next playthrough, which is this playthrough. Because we had, like, none of the fire support for this tome. Did I lose another unit? I did. Is it a real unit? I think so. I hate to see it. The enemy flees. Off we go. Back from whence you came. So we lost less units, but we lost some bad ones. Provoking Spear. 3 damage channels. More than plenty. Okay. More stuff to break. So that's the destruction of that. You have a free city down here that I probably should try and take over. And now comes the mass expenditure. I wish there was a repair all ruins button, but here we are. Don't mind me, just clicking, clicking, clicking. Click, 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 click. All right. We're on the mends. What's in our little list here? We could 2-thick Spellweaver for the overchannel. Which, this unit by itself, we get... So we have the Curse of the Reaper. We can cast Sleep of Oblivion, and then overchannel and cast it again. And then we can curse something. That's 3 units killed. When something goes right. So we'll take it. What else do we want? Do we want anything else? Could take another Spring Fairy. I suppose. I like the Winter Fairies. They're fun. Alright. We'll do that, sure. Nothing crazy. And I suppose you are gonna go back this way. I mean, we could go on the assault here. Try and take out New Shadow Moon. Maybe we just go take this first. I think that's what we'll do. This army's not grand, but it's not awful, right? Those pursuers would be helpful right about now, though. Both chaplains into this army, right? Get a Shrine of Smiting. Oh, right, I can't build a Pyre Shrine here. It's fine. We should have enough money to, like, force this. Force the issue. You bring up a tier, so we'll grab a chaplain. Do I want an... I don't want a Necromancer. I'll take a Necromancer. I feel like having a Necromancer will probably aid me in explaining why I don't like Necromancers. Which is not a sentence I thought I would really be saying. Because I am a Necromancer enjoyer myself, but okay. Sebald is leveled up to level 4. Sebald. I know I mentioned that you were going to have the opportunity to redeem yourself. The eyes of Anubis and the worthy souls of Egypt. But I don't think you are. Mordred has crossed you. Blinty boy. Blinty boy. You can't be doing this to me. You were the chosen one. You were supposed to destroy. Really? The Umbral Abyss, not join them. Thank you for the meme. I did see it in Discord. It's so perfectly appropriate, too. I suppose we'll go back and defend this with somebody. Eventually. Oh. They were attacked. This must be leftovers from the infestation we destroyed. But hey, we finally get to test out our theory here. No, I'm chilling. We have met the Baroness Raquel Kingstealer of the Free City. Diavo Vec greets you with a wicked smile. You look like a wicked bitch. Your so-called benevolence only makes you weak. I will prove to the people Diavo Vec and everyone in this realm that there is no such thing as right and wrong. Only strength and weakening. Well, well, well. A feeling of unsettledness creeps into the deep chambers of your wizard's tower. as an emissary of the Mistwalkers appears from a sudden waft of mist. I am Werk the Fierce, descendant of the great raven Theric and servant of the Duatha Day. Our lords, he says, do not tolerate the loss of the gifts they gave. The Fey holds up a sheath with ornamental markings depicting the mouth of Ventroth. Luckily for you, Anubis, the Duatha Day are generous with their offerings. Werk the Fierce continues as he briefly shifts his face into a scourge of summer visage. Return the mouth of Ventroth, and we will move our affairs to an empire that you suggest. Decline, and you summon the Miss of Duatha. So I continue to attack Murazon, the Underpope, which would be funny, or Emmanuel von Leibwitz, but no. Oh yeah, we've unlocked the Beacons of Unity. Cool. That's probably the playthrough or the win con we're going for. Wait, why am I going there? I should just go here and kill this first real quick. So much to do in so little time. Oh, right. Can't build roads through enemy domain. Somebody's not joining the fight. My brouhaha. Skeletal mages are actually pretty insane, though, with Mighty Meek. Big fan. Okay, so let's get in this brouhaha, and we'll give you the Ankh of Umbral's Bane. So while we're standing here out in the middle of nowhere... Perfect, it does work. We are healing a little bit while being immune to the Umbral Abyss. Fantastic, which means we're just going to make more of them. Actually, hold on. Before we make more... No, not you. We're going to make a weapon. Now, we have two characters in pretty desperate need of a weapon. One is Anubis himself. He has this weird orb that we stumbled upon. But we'll hold off on Anubis because we're going to make the gun. We're going to make the Magelock rifle. Alright, where is it? I guess we're going to wait. I need 2 rainbow clover. Any of you bitches have a rainbow clover? Nope. 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 It would have made the most sense for it to be radiant, but we can make it fire, I suppose. He is the sun god, after all. I can't even do fire? What? Blint, you didn't have one of these, did you? Of course not. Okay. We can do Divinity. I'll take Divinity. Or Spirit, excuse me. Same thing. Okay, so when you smack somebody with this weapon, we want increased crit chance. Oh, +1 range. We have 3 points. I kind of want Demon Slayer. Or Fiend Slayer. Man, we don't have the best choices, do we? We don't really want it to chain because it reduces... Wait, basic attacks deal 30% damage to a random unit. Oh, this is fine, I suppose. That'll do. Sure. It's magical, it chains. Roz... Sundial. Oh, what did someone call it? Someone had a funny name for this. They called it a matlock. Or matloch. It's a magelock cannon, so we'll call it a matlock. Roz Matlock. Mat, of course, being order or law, however you want to translate it. Okay. So this is done. We will expand. Of course, this will be our third Void Stone. Is that what we want here? Void Stone into Knowledge, I think? Because we have a lot of back research to do. We need the Faithful, the full Faithful kits. We need to put them down. The full Faithful kit. We want the Ice thing. We want the whoop. Oh, right. Of course. We want the full Faithful kit. We could use some of the Zeal kit if we want. And we want... the Fire, Pyromancy. I'm on 2 speeds right now. There we go. And the Ice thing to remove Gloom. So we actually have a lot of back research to do. The reason why I said right, of course, is because we are fighting on top of the Voidstone tile, which means we have, in effect, the Umbral Ramblings. These are arguably one of the most powerful effects, tile effects in the game, if you don't pay attention. So pay attention. That's mostly for myself. What I mean by that is if you're standing next to each other, the units that are adjacent to each other will go insane. It's not could go insane, it's not might go insane, it's they will go insane. So, spread out. It also makes our overwhelming tactics pretty bad, but whatever. By pretty bad, I mean just inconsequential, which is fine. We'll stand here, move you here, bring you here. Make sure everyone is bing chillin'. Far, far away from each other. Cool. Anyone I want to touch real quick? Context is important for that. We're touching with faith, with mending love. Oh wait, did I fuck up? Or is this the -5 morale thing? I think we're fine. Ow? Ow. See, we're fine. So this is the Devouring Void. I've never cast this spell before. I think this only affects enemies. Maybe. That, I don't feel very convinced. To be honest. Yeet. That was a graze. My bad. Now, should I have just straight up killed one of the Umbral Tyrants? Probably. But hey, it's always fun using a new trick, isn't it? I think it is. Kind of want to shank this. The downside of this polearm, which is super duper cool, is just the fact that it has no elements. I'm fairly certain this check only goes off once. Nope. It's every turn. Okay, cool. Great. I love that for you. I hate hearing that. Okay. That has made this a little awkward. Yeah, spawn your little shite. It's one of the greatest things about the changes. This does hurt me. Oh. Thought I learned how to walk through the void. Walking on sunshine. Wow. Well, there you go. Kill it. I suppose this positioning is fine. Alright. Put that on the Bone Dragon, sure. Have the Bone Daddy do his thing. So this should expand now onto my dragon. Ow. I think that was a pursuer. Huh. They took a lot of damage from that. Also, the Umbral... Oh, sure. I was like, the Umbral Mistress died, but this still went off. That's because the insanity happened a while ago. Death! Oh. Too far. Well, the losses continue. The sadness also continues. Death. Alright. I think I'm just gonna kill this one. Defile's cool and all, but I'd rather just kill it, I think. I think that's where we're at. I'm also really counting on clearing this out this turn. Yikes. So I think the idea for the Devouring Void is to cast it early, like as they're approaching from across the other side of the field. Not super relevant on fights like this where we're, you know, uh-oh. Not super relevant on fights like this where it's 1v1 and there's not a whole lot of units, but on, you know, the really large fights, it could make a big difference. There we go. Wow. He still lost a lot. Also Bone Dragon and a Pursuer. Well, we can get a Bone Dragon back. It's fine. And everyone but the Bone Dragon can walk into this. This Pursuer has no range. Do we care about that? I think we can take this. This is a low risk battle. Low risk. As if I'm still not going to lose something. Okay. It's fine. Totally fine. Definitely not going mad or anything. What do you mean? What purpose, reason could I possibly have for the madness within? I don't know. Probably shouldn't have an archer up front, though, I would guess. Touch myself real quick. Bit bold, the dragon, but I respect it. Respect. Oh yeah, the Banshees will have Curse of the Reaper as well. That's hilarious. Oh, hey. Nice teleport. They did that in the wrong order. They too suffer from order, lol. here-ish. Am I just gonna Sleep of Oblivion this? I might. This might just be a Sleep of Oblivion play. In fact, Anubis, I can't believe I haven't thought of this sooner. If you'd be so kind. Now then, as I was saying, we could spur for a breath here. What if I don't wanna? Definitely should have attacked first to get the weekend applied. Oh well. Ah, well. So, Miss Spear Lady. Go shank him. 'Tis your speciality after all. A little bit of a tail swipe. Into a bit of a charge. A fat charge. We should have beaten. Death. Aww. Imagine if Anubis got death as well. That'd be fun. Hey Anubis, you're supposed to spur before you attacked. Not bad. Truly order lull. Oh, those are regular Night Guard. Oop. Alrighty. Well, that was pretty easy. Done and done. Turns out that when you double Sleep of Oblivion, there's really not a lot that can stop you. This Lost Wizard might be a different story. Just all I'm asking for are no losses. That's it. Is that too much to ask for? It might be. I might be asking for a little too much. Personally, I don't see it, but you know, if the game's not going to give it to me, maybe it is too much. At least I can stand next to myself. That's nice. Beneficial feature. Who do you heal? The hero, of course. Alright. I think it's time we unlove that. 1. 2. Alrighty. Glad we had this discussion. Your accuracy is incredible, by the way. And that's going to be very beneficial when the time comes. Move up like so. Spur you. Get a breath. Pretty fat breath if I do say so myself. You have a spur, right? Maybe. Possibly? Not sure. I'm expecting the abductor to abduct something here. You do not have a spur. Or a teleport. Awkward. We'll roll the 25. And whiff. Fair enough. This should be enough next turn. Nice. Maybe to win. Suppose there's no abducting if the abductor is dead. Alright, fair enough. And if you want to play the game this way, that's perfectly optional. I don't mind. You want to die? I still can't believe that doesn't do friendly fire. In a positive way. A positive I can't believe. I can't believe it's not butter. Imagine if that was a kill and we were able to roll again. Been great. The world would have rejoiced. I should have rolled the death there. Wow. Only 7? We're doing a lot of grazing here. It's almost dead. There we go. Mighty Meek coming in hot. It's a lot of gold in production. Okay. Yes, there's our Devouring Void. I think we've shown it off enough. I don't actually like the Ritual Somnia because it can delay. I mean, that's kind of the point of it. Is to delay stuff. We'll grab the Covenant of Faith, which just pushes us to the next tier instantly. And the question is, what do we need the most immediately? I think it's gonna be Faithful. Not Chaos. Order. From the Tome of Sanctuary. Because this gives us Keeper's Mark, which gives Faithful to Shield, Polearm, Shock, Fighter, and Skirmisher. That's actually not a lot. I don't think there's any way to get Faithful on Archers without Angelize or the Higher Shrine. But here we go. The Tome of Sanctuary.
My faith is my shield. I am armored by love. I shall envelop the world in this armor to safeguard it and bless it with healing light. I am the bastion of the weak. I fortify the strong. The warriors of truth follow in my wake, like a wave of justice made flesh.
Now, normally I'd insert Morgan here, mocking this description. But this is not inaccurate for Anubis's purpose. So why would I? Did I make this place the Farmer Guild for the meme? I think I did, didn't I? Or I thought about it. You don't have a guild at all. Okay. That is right. I think I'm going to for the meme. So the Farmers Guild boosts growth by a lot. We'll grab another conduit. Maybe I can get this Hasteberry. Anubis is level 14. Alright, Anubis. Let's get Distant Evocation. So we can reach farther with magic. Sebaldo. Maybe we should not convert Sebaldo. It's going to be a while before we learn the skill anyway, right? Maybe it's okay. What if I can desecrate structures in my sanctuaries? Possibly. It would be really funny. This can help our mana. Well, this says upkeep. Forging is complete. Yes, we've already started on the gun. captured somebody a trade proposal. I've lost this war. Omega lol. Treaty has expired. Which one was you? Probably can't even afford to do that. Either of those, I don't think. All markets to war party. A new rally touches the beacon. I mean, begun. Go, double blessed soul. That's it, I think. Could go another winter fairy. Winter, summer, double blessed soul. We could also get another Spellweaver, but I don't. Let's do it. It'd be great. I wonder how this is affected, actually. Because one of these... Go Exemplar. I have a lot of Imperium. I like that. Not too much to spend it on. We can go Exalted by Shadow. Maybe we'll level cap sooner rather than later. I'm confused. Did this bitch follow me into the abyss to attack me? Really? Really? I mean, honestly, I respect it. I respect the audacity. Hold on, I'm missing somebody. Anubis, you are needed here. You should give souls. Okay. Wait, is this another Void Stone? It's another Void... Mommy, Mother, why must you cause such pain and suffering? I won't. It's fine, we know what to do. We know what must be done. I think, anyway. I think we know. I think we know how to handle this. You'd hope we would. I like how my... the play pattern has kind of just devolved into... Oops. Just double Sleep of Oblivion and lull. Double Sleep of Oblivion, the terrifying things, and then kill everything else. Perhaps I should consider myself lucky that I have the mana to make that happen. Also, for whatever reason, it's only 40 casting points. Also, we're about to go insane because something moved me. I hate to see it. Resisted? Oh, it can be resisted. Fucking based? Would that be canonically appropriate? It feels like it's based. Therefore, it must be. If it feels based, if it sounds based, if it looks based, it's based. That's how that works, right? The classic duck quandary. I should have waited so I could have tried to assassinate. Yikes. I also should have gone for the death YOLO. Like right now. See? 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 How should this thing have? Can I kill this? We're getting there. 45%. Ah, Anubis, of course. GG. Or not. Why? Oh. Oh, no. Well. Let's, cross our fingers, shall we? There's not too much insanity going. This would be awful. Alrighty. We got some resisting. Yep. That's fine. Alright. Death! It is the inescapable end. Alright. Well. I can't make it back. Too slow. Alrighty. Well. So this is the Summerburst evocation. Every 2 turns in combat, a random enemy is hit by the Ignite spell. Lol. Okay. 2 turns is the lowest we can make that. We'll come here. That army might come at me. Might not. We have our first... I think this did affect them. It came in as veteran. But our lovely Battle Mage Legion is ongoing. We have a riot because an Umbral Nest has been dropped on top of it by some dickwad. Also, my teleporter is being crushed. That's a little awkward. You still can't expand. I wish it would tell me how long I had. Go Convent into the Temple of the Exalted. We do have a Fire Shrine? Yes, I pushed it. Cool. So we have our first Shrine of Smiting that's coming out as Faithful. At level 1, because of our Apex Wizard Tower. Is it not Faithful? Can it not be Faithful? Well, the Shrine of Smiting is the end game unit for Order for the most part. And it deals damage based, or bonus damage based on how many Faithful units are in the battle. Up to 10. That cap had to be added because, well, it got out of hands. And it also breaches, which is good fun. It also has the Divine Vengeance, which used to be the most OP piece of shit in the world. But now it is toned down a bit. So who wants a Shrine of Smiting? Who else but Anubis? We've completed the Void Ink collection, which is all well and good. You can keep on keeping on. So you go Champion of the Faithful, make you Faithful as well. Bar Development skill is available. We have the Master of Houses, which could be helpful later, I suppose. But we do have Metropolitan Society. This would affect one of our cities. But we also have the Breastplate of the Champion, which I will take. I guess we could take Metropolitan. This affects our own city as well. Our own capital city. So, gold for knowledge, I'm in. I was really hoping to get the bug there. That's okay. Terran has quite the force here. He has a skull, look at that. No, leave my stuff alone. I don't even remember how to get over here. Oh. Yeah. Well, okay. We'll just plop this down. We'll get some living fogs probably as well. I don't have one of those yet. I have been attacked by that army that I said would attack me. Shocker. An absolute plot twist. So your question... Oh. Okay. They added a split here. I don't think they had to. They did. The real question, which the game isn't going to allow me to ask, is do we expand onto the other Void Stone? Okay. I don't think we have to. Don't think so anyway. I think we're mostly chilling. I have to remember that you don't have cool shit. That's alright. No one said you needed it to be cool. It helps, don't get me twisted. Don't get anything twisted here. Having the cool shit helps in being cool, but it's not necessary. We'll see if we can make the devouring thing happen here. I don't think we're gonna be able to. The defile. It's just a much easier name for me. So yeah, like this is a pretty good spot for defile. Devouring void. We pop it here, and it does damage. And then they'll start their turn in it and take damage as they spread through it, and it'll move out. And we'll see if it, I don't know, sticks relevant or something. It might retain relevance, it might not. What I do know is, I'm just chilling. Did the bear just break a thing? Don't think I need to move up at all. I'm satisfied. Well, healing prayer, the dragon. And see what it does. Okay. Nice teleport. Scrub. Good resist on the insanity. Okay, they took damage moving through it. It expanded, but unfortunately it's... If it fails once, just do it again. Now we'll see if we can... Now we'll see what happens. Alright. How balls deep do we go? Do I have Spur? I have Spur. So it is safe to go full balls deep. And, you know, there's no place I'd rather be. Speaking of, this could be a very dangerous transition, couldn't it? How dangerous shall it be, though? I've been listening... It's not, I promise. I've been listening to Nightcore again. I don't know. Apparently it became a thing on, like, TikTok or something. And they... The only reason I thought of this was I saw this meme that scrolled by that was like Squidward, and it was like, it's not called TikTok version or sped up version, it's called Nightcore, and you put an anime girl on the front of it. And so I've been listening to some old Nightcore songs, and it sparked joy. You know? It sparked joy. And so I wanted to share that. The reason it popped in my mind is because one of the songs is There's No Place I'd Rather Be. I don't think that's what it's called, but that's the lyrics, the main lyric. Anyway. Good song. BT dubs, in case anyone was curious. Alright. I'm gonna go do nasty things to this Watcher. Just kidding. Watcher, I hardly even know her. Ah! 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 We tail swipe? What are we doing here? I don't think we're doing anything. The downside is that my dragons will never be faithful, so that kind of sucks, but... You know, these are just... They will always be burnt by the fires of hell. Alright. Good freeze. Think that'll be Curse Eatered? I think so. Actually, no, that's Umbral Flesh. This is Umbral Flesh, not Umbral Strider. Which means, technically, it should not be. You should not have stood there. That was the incorrect choice. What gives more... Is there a thing that... like a transformation that gives more retaliations? I want to say there is. Ooh. Get fucked. Wow, look at that healing. That's insane. Okay. Death. It is resistant. Death! It is resistant. Death! You'd think the more I say this, this would eventually just happen, and I could stop baiting myself. Okay, I see how it is. Let's roll the 40. Love doing it from behind with a skull. Well, I just smack a bitch. I think I do. I think we just smack a bitch. And we'll go here and swing, and then you can kill momentum because you're a legendary mythical unit. You can fly in here and do something completely ridiculous. But is it ridiculous if it works? I don't think so. This is our friend, who is not faithful, by the way. Even this thing is faithful. The Scald is running. There's no need to smack her. Let her go. Perhaps she'll come to me. This damage is going to scale out of control soon. Once we get faithful. Looks like most of the enemies are broken. You know this is going to expand, right? AI. Is that a 20 heal? My god. Kaboo. Wow. This is quite the double-edged strategy. This Devouring Void. Why do I hit my friend no matter what? Look at how much of the map. This reminds me of the old fight. The Lich King fight. Just one asshole can't move out of the defile, and the whole screen is just a black puddle. And you're cursing your existence, wondering why you're with this raid team. Yikes. Alright, well. I should take in a skeleton mage. You receive troublesome word from Broodmaster Sinwar of Saverha. A hunger grows within the umbral thralls that requires sating. Alright, last time we got one of these, so the reason, by the way, that we are getting this offered to us is because we are neutral with the umbral dwellings that have entered into a pact with Blint. Glint the Dark Pope. The villainous Pope. The Under-Pope. And last time I offered nothing, which upsets them, but it doesn't matter because we're forcibly pieced out with them. And the reason I didn't say make them pay is because I was afraid that by making them pay and going to war with them, I might go to war with their overlord. I'm going to click it this time and see what happens. It looks like we are not at war with Blint the Underpope. One day we may be, but not this day. Since I'm currently rich, I'm going to take the 30 knowledge. Currently rich, and I don't need this white stone. And we're heading back to the good old surface. We're going to find out who gets the shrine. I think Anubis gets the shrine. This is our first shrine of smiting. Anubis deserves it. He is worthy. Then we have this going on. Okay, we have completed our armies. So what does this do? The ruler's statue can only be built in your throne city. Allied empires and level 3 free cities with a pact of vassalage grant 3 Imperium. Sorry, what? Ruler respawns 1 turn faster. Spells can be cast even if the ruler is in the void and counts as a conduit. Allied empires and level 3 free cities with a pact of vassalage grant 3 Imperium. Huh. I don't get this very often. This must be coming from the tome that's giving me the shrines. Well, we are going from plus 80 Imperium to plus 101. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. We need the prison cells so I can kill the Umbral Thralls. It's evil, but that's okay. We also kind of have to choose our bolstering matrix. What do we want to do? So shadow buffs and healing spells grant 3 stacks of evasion. We have some of those. Obviously, the super endgame meta choice would be to go Order Bolstering Matrix and then eventually get the Thing of Supremacy. Which I suppose is what we'll do. I don't have to do this now. We can do that later. Need more production. Okay. We have a stack. We'll send this stack. You can wait, I suppose. We can merge our armies here and see if what we can concoct. We should be on our way to building a 3rd Doom stack. I have no idea what Blint's up to. Anubis, Lord of the Sacred Lands. Here's our Arcane Strength. 10% damage, 10% accuracy, and we can ignore 2 status resist. We can also... We're on our way to Weaver, which will let us double overchannel, so we can kill 3 units in 1 turn. Fair and balanced. Leziada, I think, is still trying to get Spur. Yeah. Ooh, Champion of the Faithful. We need you to be faithful. Sibaldo. Same thing. Oh, you leveled up twice. Well done, Sibaldo. There's Spur to action. Need an Unholy Leader as well. I think this is because of our talent. Our Imperium tree talent. The final tier for Hex Nemesis, who has teleport, so you didn't assassinate. You did not roll assassinate. We can take Reckless Rage, I suppose. Sure. That'll do. We could go Inspiring or Experienced or Eternal One. We don't really need Eternal One. We can go Sentinel. It's fine. First Strike is always good. More remains, more remains. I can make a bounty, I don't care. Promise of being pillaged. Oh, the poor desert necropolis. Sage Orion Crystallis of the Free City Omnispire greets you with a wicked smile. I'd love to see where they were, but a newly founded cult has become very popular amongst the general populace in your city of Lycopolis. They preach in your name. Well, this is appropriate. This is where the cult of the wolf was. Followers of this cult have spread across the city into nearly every industry of the town. The cult preaches a doctrine of hard work and selflessness. The whole movement makes your citizenry very productive. Instead of hoarding their wealth, they seek to share their abundance out of gratitude to you and because of your benevolence. The children of the Lord of the Sacred Land seek your blessing as they assemble to celebrate their zeal. Okay, so there's actually a very clear answer for this. In Duat, the Duat was pictured to be an ideal world, basically. And one of the things that people would do was when they were, when Ra was by and they were awake, they farmed, basically in like perfectly peaceful. Everything was basically pictured off as if the Nile was always chill, which the Nile was not. But it was basically an entire oasis where they could farm happily and live, in peace, basically. So people thrive and grow my worthy souls. This gives us a bunch of food. Not the most food in the world, but a bunch of food. I'll take it. I don't remember the exact details, but there were... So most of the ancient civilizations started near a river valley. And ancient Egypt, of course, was one of them. Ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, China. There were like two more, I think. And some of these river valleys were very predictable. And the Nile was one such thing. I have 7 turns. I'm just in time to deal with this. The Nile was one of the great rivers that was predictable. And whether it was going to flood or whether it was going to be chill. And... an example of one that's not was China's Yellow River. China's Yellow River would do whatever it wanted, whenever it wanted, however it wanted. And so there was lots of unpredictable flooding and famine. I believe we are vassalizing this city. It's not a bad one. I think it's me vassal. For sure. So I guess you guys are going south. Since the south is on fire. And you're closest. But anyway, part of the reason that Egypt around the Nile was so green all of the time, instead of being, a desert like most of Egypt, was because the Nile would flood, and it would bring with it, like that flood would bring nutrients to the soil, and blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Good stuff. Basically. It's like the long and short of that. I guess we could do some food. Why not? That's a cool unit. Don't see those very often. Okay. We have an opportunity to try out something here. If we don't just roll it over, which we did. You want a bone daddy? We'll take a bone daddy. Let's go bone daddy. Hi, Blint. Everything has been rebuilt anew. Finally. We have no foresters and no conduits. Interesting. That's fine. We don't care. You can come join them, I suppose. Keeper's Mark is in Fantastic. There's not... I wouldn't mind... It's not this one. There we go, Anointed Peoples. Anointed Peoples is insane. Really good. Armory. I don't have a conduit here. Do I care? Not overly. Okay. Build a few more shrines of smiting, you know what I mean? Picking up a button down. Ascended Warriors is ready. We're going to pop that. I'm completely discombobulated here. And now we're going to cast Keeper's Mark. We captured somebody. Friendship is ended between the Chaos Dwarfs and Camelot. I couldn't remember what you're actually called. Uzkul Drathzar. There we go. And Runestar has sent a raiding party from across the bloody map. I'm sure they'll retain interest the entire way. It wouldn't be the worst idea I've ever had to integrate Little Spring, build the teleporter, and just, you know, backdoor the infinite Dragonflight. But I'm sure Murazan would see that coming. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows? But we'll find out that and so much more in the next episode when we construct Raz Motlock. So thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you to the patrons and the channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. If you would like to stay up on the channel, feel free to join the Discord description down below. And I will see you next time as the mass production continues. The forges of Duat never cease.